Hello everyone and welcome to Usitility. Today we are going to see how to play First Refuge Z on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5, that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. It packs a punch with mega performance upgrades and it has faster performance than any other high-end Android device or Android platform. We will be able to easily download and install First Refuge Z and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play First Refuge Z. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else mates, the first thing to do is to open our favorite internet browser. We have here the one we use by default. Let's continue, going to the next URL I'm highlighting in green. There you are seeing it on the screen. There is no need to type it, because I added a clickable link in the description of this video and the first main comment. We ended up right here on our own website of Usitility, where we have a meticulous description on the best way to download First Refuge Z on PC. We search down a tad and click on the Download Game on PC button. Once clicking on the link, we get to the website of BlueStacks, which the Android emulator that we will use to play First Refuge Z on the PC. It is now obvious that we access some pros of preferring using this emulator. So we will start downloading the First Refuge Z by clicking on the button Play on BlueStacks that I have marked in green color. We then click on the button. Of course, the download takes no time at all. Here it is, this is the download. It's a file we have to execute. What we have to do is to run the installer. Okay, so we click on this file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to make modifications to the device. We said yes. I minimize the browser to start to see the installer better. The installation software is very simple. It is made up of two options, install and setup path. I am going to make it clear what setup path does. We simply just click on it. And therefore we observe that we display here the path where in fact the emulator will be installed. If we are planning to change this folder we must click on the Browse option, and therefore we pick another folder and install the emulator wherever we like. To keep it simple, just keep it by default. Then, I click on Back. Therefore I simply click on Install. Fantastic. The installation commences and it will continue with the download of all these megabytes that happens to be displayed on the computer screen. As you download it, it might possibly be more or less megabytes. The data transfer rate may go faster or slower, determined by your type of connection and according to the data transfer rate of the emulator servers. Right away they are progressing super fast. The download is finished, and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At present, the emulator has been started automatically. As you can discover, down here, we have a progress bar that will advance to the right, and when it has reached the end, the emulator is launched for the first time. Indeed, the emulator was already started, here it is for the first time. Before we keep going, as you can observe, it created two icons here on the computer desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks Multi-Instance. Note that the BlueStacks icon is going to be the one we are concerned with. Every time we desire to start First Refuge Z on our desktop or laptop, we twice click on this particular icon and therefore run the emulator. The BlueStacks Multi-Instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved Multi-Instance Manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. Shall we perform the next phase, which is a must, and that is to visit the Google Play Store. And we'll simply click on Play Store. As you can view, the Google Play is launched. In this case we have to sign in. So now as soon as we're here, we are required to do this next step that is definitely mandatory. So we mouse click on Sign In. Presently it says Checking Info. It might sometimes get stuck in Checking Info, and it fails to move forward. In this case, you could attempt to log in after a few hours and it will usually be fixed. At this time we will type our email and password. The email really needs to be a Gmail email as well as its corresponding password. For example, you can utilize the exact same email address you're using at this time in your YouTube account. Then I am going to provide my data and I'll go back after I have accomplished it. Voila! Details typed. Here is Google welcoming us and offering us the tools. We are going to say yes to them by clicking I agree. Following that, it offers us to back up to the Google Cloud. You can leave it checked and this will create a backup of the data on that device to Google Drive. I won't check it, you do what you want. We click accept. Google Play, formerly Android Market, is launched without need to open it manually and automatically. To install the game, we would need to go to the emulator desktop for Android by clicking on this app icon designated green colored. At present that we are watching the desktop of that emulator, we see that we have there the install game option. We click on the button. Listed here we get the Android game. So let's click on here on the install choice that I'm presenting now in green. That click will begin the software setup. Now it will download on your PC and set up the game. It can take a while or it could also be very quick. That all is subject to on the connection to the internet. This has already completed installing. It's time to go back to the emulator desktop by hitting the following button that I am highlighting in green, if you want to launch First Refuge Z for the very first time. You are by then on the emulator desktop, and we're going to simply click on the new First Refuge Z software icon that has been created. Your video game is started for the first time on your machine. Currently there we have it. I am able to click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I have to comment on the sound level of the emulator. It is here. We use the icon of higher volume and the icon of lower volume. This manner we will not depend on the Microsoft Windows volume to increase or decrease the sound of this emulator. And also to enjoy the experience to the greatest, we can turn on the big screen, for which we have two options. This one is the very first one. We click on this icon which I am actually designating in green. Thus the screen is maximized, enjoying one border at the top, one on the right side and one at the bottom. Granted that we really want to launch the game in full screen, we hit that icon. And we might without a doubt be enjoying the video game in full screen function. To exit the complete screen mode, press the F11 key. And additionally we would likely just be in normal screen setting. At present, I am starting to clarify you the keyboard mapping which is surprisingly interesting. That way we will be ready to make use of the game app far more easily. The very first task is to click on this computer keyboard icon. And at this time there you will be able to complete the necessary adjustments. I will let the default settings, but if you desire to improve that, you can easily do this with no problem. As you can observe, the emulator is totally in our own language. Sometimes it happens that the emulator is presented in the wrong language, such as in Chinese. And as a consequence to set it in the appropriate language we go here to the cogwheel. And thus here throughout other configurations, we click on that language drop down. We are able to choose the language we need. English, Chinese, and so forth. When the language is decided, we are going to save. The emulator would restart, as well as the game. The next time we launch it, will of course be in the picked language. So now, there's another point that we must take into account, and it is that we will get an email telling you that a new device has been connected with our own Google account. It will certainly check with us if we are the people who have associated with that device. Of course, we shouldn't be troubled, simply because the emulator is acting as in Google Android device. So you can discover which tablet or smartphone is being emulated. We arrive here, to the cogwheel and we mouse click on it. Let's go here to the model selection. And here we discover that the emulator is emulating a Samsung smartphone. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it folks, so much for my tutorial. I believe you liked it, especially that you thought it was useful. If so, bring it a nice thumb up, subscribe, and if you have remarks, requests or suggestions, let them in the comment box down below. You could even leave a remark on my Twitch channel. I actually do live streams every once in a while. You have it below in the video description and in the initial pinned comment. Simply click on any of those video tutorials that are showing up on the screen and see you in the following videos. Bye.